Hey, welcome to my channel where I talk about my dolls, and that's literally it. But in this video, for a change, I'm not going to be talking about my dolls because I'm actually going to be talking about a doll I don't plan to get at all. And at the time I'm uploading this, she will have been available on the website. It's the new Girl of the Year, Summer McKinney. And I just wanted to talk about it because there are quite a few changes that came with this release, and I don't know if everyone would have noticed all the changes, so I will point out some of the ones that I happen to notice and talk about why I think some of it's good and some of it's bad and why some of it's happening. If anyone's curious what I think, even though usually I just want to talk about the dolls I have, but I feel like it sounds really negative that I'm not getting this doll, so I wanted to be really clear that first of all, I think aesthetically she will appeal to a lot of kids, and that's probably going to make eyes roll by just saying that. She's just not for me. Like I don't need I another doll with like blonde hair and light blue eyes. Even if she's got a little bit of color put in there, it's just not something I'm interested in. I actually kind of like her meat outfit. It's okay. Like I don't know that I'll chase it ever, but I don't really think that the way she comes together. I love that it's a new mold, the Nenea mold, and they've used it in quite an expansive way now. Like she went from being a Hawaiian character to truly me dolls with fantasy hair color, and then she was Ariel with like the wild bright red hair color, and so I ended up making a custom of the fantasy hair truly me doll. So I feel like I don't need another blue-eyed Nenea mold doll for me. So that's for me. And I also think, and I haven't listened to any of the like feedback about the doll yet. I just feel like this is what people are going to think because it's kind of what I think too. She was definitely made to appeal to younger kids. If you've noticed that the the age range on the packaging, the suggested age range, is now younger than it used to be. I think it went younger by 2 years, and I think there's a really big reason that American Girl, among other toy companies, is doing that. And I just think I think honestly, a lot of toy companies who make toys that they were originally for kids, but then adult collectors got into them and took over a certain market. But we're a small market of any toy collecting company. But I think because they were appealing to us, we were coming in with all these like really fussy demands, like, my doll's eyebrow was a little bit off center. It's a little bit too arched. I would like to return this, please. And I just think we were so hard to please. And I'm saying this because I feel like the same thing happened in Rainbow High, which I used to collect. And when they started appealing to a younger audience, I was like, oh, I know why they're doing this. Because we are unhinged when it comes to we're so picky. Like we want, and I understand I'm an adult collector, so I'm speaking about myself. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm attacking anybody and not putting myself in there with like lumping me in with everyone who wants really, really top notch stuff, regardless of the price. I'm talking like playline dolls. I know American Girl are expensive playline dolls, but Rainbow High wasn't an expensive playline doll, in my opinion. So I just think it's a lot easier for them to cater to 6 to 10-year-olds who are just going to look at the doll and not notice that one eye is a little off to the left, or that one, the head tilts a little bit more than it should. It's just the little things that might make us get upset as adult collectors because we just want to put them on a shelf and admire them. But these dolls are meant to be played with, even though they're not priced that way. And I think that's another reason. Like, how am I trying to work in the price? Because if you've seen that the CYO dolls have gone up in price, I just think that they're trying to appeal to a different audience, and so that's why I'm going to be a little more selective about the things that I buy from American Girl. It's not to say I won't, but I'm just saying, like, I want to make it sure it's something that was designed with me in mind, and I don't think any of her collection is. Some of it's cute, and some of it, at first I got excited about it because it was new, and then I thought about it more and I was like, you know what, I don't really need that onesie, because the onesie, that's probably my favorite thing from her entire collection. I'm jumping a little bit all over the place here, but that is something that I at first thought I'm going to find a doll to put that on, and then I was like, why? Like, I don't love it that much. It's meant for summer, and I don't like the doll Summer, and I don't like the doll at all. I don't even want her in my collection, and her collection is so small. It's like, I'm glad I don't want her because there's like basically nothing to go with her. And so maybe if the onesie, maybe if like certain things go on sale one day, like her her Wagon Tails outfit was cute to me at first. I was thinking just because I like the bright colors and I like the rainbowness, and I think that was to appeal to kids. Of course, these are kids' toys. I always have to remind myself. So that's why I think I'm for sure. No, that's not why I think. I know that's why I'm passing on everything that's coming out in this collection, and I'm. Uh, I took a couple notes because I want to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I was about to miss a really big one: the packaging. And again, I haven't read anybody's feedback on any of this yet as I'm recording this. I'm sure by the time it uploads, I will have heard what people think. But people are going to be really upset about the packaging for a few reasons. One, we hate change. Two, some people I think like to display. Oh, sorry, for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to be putting pictures in here because at the time of recording, there are no proper pictures, and because my channel is just for fun. I don't want to like get in trouble by putting up pictures that aren't mine, and then somebody making some kind of strike against me. It's just not worth it. So if you need to go open up another browser with the website as I'm talking, then I understand, or come back later or whatever. I'll just explain the packaging. So now, instead of there being that window on like to show the doll's face, it's just a piece of, it's a solid box with an almost life-size picture of the doll from head to toe. And that could be a problem for a couple reasons. One, like I mentioned, collectors, humans, don't like change. But also, when you're going to the store, for those who can go to the store, I don't know if they're going to limit people, or if it's going to be harder, if you're going to be frowned upon for trying to open up all the boxes and find the best one. So I wonder, like, they're saying it's for sustainability, and I will touch on that in a minute again. I'll come back to that, I mean. But you can't help but wonder if American Girl was like, oh, well, if people can't see the defects that they're buying, and I feel like more and more things are becoming final sale. So who knows about that? No, I'm not creating rumors. Sorry, that hasn't happened, and I don't think it's going to happen. But who knows is all I'm saying. Like, imagine that happened, and so it would be like you want to buy a doll that's appealing to kids more, who aren't going to care about the defects. So it's all this, like, I feel like it's all this attempt to appeal to the younger crowd so that adults stop returning things and demanding like absolute perfection, even though we shouldn't. It's not such a ludicrous expectation when you are paying top dollar. These are expensive dolls. Like that, there's no way around that. So I just feel like the choices that they've made, and it sounds like they're making them going forward, are, on the one hand, for sustainability, because these dolls are made of plastic. So they can't say no more to all plastic, but these boxes are going to be cheaper to produce, because even without the plastic, it's just a solid box. So they don't really need the cutout. They don't have to glue the plastic onto the back of it. So this is just a cheaper thing to do for the company. So of course, yeah, I'm glad it's good for the environment, and I hope people can figure out a way to make it work for them and be on board with it. And they've gotten rid of all the plastic inside the box, or little paper bags, etc. Maybe they'll have little strings tying them in now instead of those plastic hooks. Let's see if they're really going all the way. Which brings me to my next point about the no more or minimizing plastic. Are they going to go back to strings in the next? Because these cable ties, to produce all these neck cable ties, it's worse than producing the little windows. I'm not saying they're not doing neck strings again. I don't know at this moment, but if they want to be responsible, I'm preaching so much in this video, but I feel like I'm kind of raising a brow at that. Like, okay, so we're going back to neck strings, right? Because if we're worried about the environment right now, and you want to minimize, you don't need that cable tie in there, as we knew for what was it, like 25 years or 20 years or something? 20 years at least before they introduced cable ties. We can go back to that because we know it worked. And I think a lot of collectors would want the neck strings anyway. So I just feel like, are we going to do it? Are we going to do both? Or are we just going to like do the things that benefit us as a company? I'm not part of the company, for the record. I'm saying we as if I'm part of it, but to be clear, I've never worked for American Girl. Anyway, that's all I need to say about that. It's not important, but I'm saying, like, do they as a company want to go all the way, or are they just going to use the parts that benefit them? And I know they're a company, they have to make money, and I'm not criticizing them for that. I'm just saying, when they make a claim like sustainability and environmentally responsible packaging, are they going to go all the way with things like the plastic ties that hold them in and the plastic cable ties in their necks? That's all I meant about that. And aside from that, like, I am excited for the new packaging. I think it's great. But here's the other thing, and need to point out that I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite by saying I'm okay with it. I order my stuff online anyway, so even if that window is there, it's not going to help me for my purchasing. And I feel like a lot of companies, as they've been closing down stores, are trying to encourage this this online culture, I guess you could say, as far as shopping goes, because less overhead. Everything's in a warehouse, fewer staff, fewer just like the rent you're paying in a warehouse is way less than in a big retail space. So all these things, of course, save money. And I I don't mean to keep bringing that up so much. It's just all the points I'm talking about do lead back to money. But we're collectors. We know that these things cost money as well. And so I think that it is important what they're doing, but it's hopefully hopefully not just them being sneaky. And companies would never do something like that, right? So I I was afraid of like uploading this because I don't want it to sound too negative, because I'm trying to like point out the positive things as I'm going and why I think in a positive way and not sound snarky. I hope I don't sound snarky because I don't feel snarky. I feel like this is good. This is good change. It just better be complete change, and it better be like honest change. That's all. I just want them to, really mean what they're saying about doing it. And so back to the doll. um, I I like I said, I only really liked the onesie. This I would have one day. I think I'll get the cat backpack because I could see places for this in my collection. And when I first saw the wagon tails, that outfit, the one that goes for her the thing she's working at, where she's like baking things for dogs, I think is what's going on in her story. I was like, oh, I want that outfit, and I know a doll could wear it too. And then I thought about it, and I was like, this outfit is not right. I wanted to put her on my holiday Claudie doll, but it's like that outfit's not for a holiday limited edition doll. I just was like, the excitement of seeing something new was like, I need to figure out a way to incorporate this into my collection. And then I remembered how genuinely excited I was for Lila. And so when Lila came out, I'd already been collecting. I think Covey, when she came out, my excitement for her was different because American Girl was new to me. And so it was just this one doll that kind of made me go, oh, wow, I think I could really like American Girl now. Like I love Claudie, I love Courtney's collection. So I just felt like that was something that was like, as I was rolling into collecting American Girl, whereas Lila, I was already quite a few dolls in. I don't remember how many, but I was actually excited for that doll. I liked her aesthetic. She's somewhere behind me because I'm just continuing this from the video I recorded earlier tonight, a few days ago, by the time I upload. And so I was really genuinely excited for her. And when I felt like when I was about to call her Nanea, when I saw Summer's collection, I was looking for things to be excited about. And I was trying to look like the positive, like she's a mold they haven't used very much. They're starting to use her, I guess it feels like it because they've, had two dolls come out recently, Ariel and her, just like other things like Tiana and Claudie for the holiday doll. But so I think that's where I was trying to get excited. I was trying to excite myself because it was new. And so now I've decided I'm going to pass on everything for now. And, I would love to hear, because I feel like my opinion is a little bit negative, and it's not. I think it's a great collection for the intended audience, the targeted demographic. And so I'm hoping to hear like positive feedback about people who are like adults and wanting to collect her and her collection for themselves. But even her big ticket item was really disappointing. I think that little like the treat station or whatever it is, it's like nothing compared to other big ticket items. I don't even medium ticket item. I feel like I should call it, because it's not even that grand. So like, sorry, I'm just gonna like take a little peek at it. Like it's not. None of it is. I just don't think any of it is really worthy of a collection. Like it feels like such a tiny collection in the first place, and then her big ticket item is so weak. And the cat is, I'm just like glancing at things, the cat is really, really cute. And the backpack that it comes in. And yeah, there's like the dog, the white dog again, the white cat. I'm assuming this is, kids will like that, but they're just so basic looking to me. And there's like a treat cart, which again, it's got that rainbow aesthetic that kids especially will love. I like the rainbow aesthetic too, don't get me wrong. Like I think this could have been a really great collection if it was just amped up a little bit, if everything was amped up a little bit, like just the like the aesthetic of it, like all this bakery stuff. It's all very been there, done that, I think. And her bake sale outfit, that's really cute too. But I just don't feel like that says girl of the year. That says like it could have been one of the like I have a birthday outfit, a Trillium birthday outfit that I think might have been a little bit cuter. And so, yeah, I think the top of my list, and I don't need it unless there's some kind of sale, is her onesie and like the sleeping bag that comes with the little rainbow dog. Like I think that's probably all I'll want from this collection at all. And as even though this video is not very long, it feels really long and rambly because all I'm doing is talking about opinions. And so having said all that, I think that's good. And I would like to hear anybody else's opinions. And I hope this didn't feel too negative because I honestly do think that there's a market for this doll. And it's important that companies can sell their products because if they can sell their mass-produced products like a girl of the year doll and her collection to kids, as in kids who will enjoy it, play with it, and not return it because there's like an eyebrow that's off kilter a little bit, then I think companies will be able to also then produce the more expensive items like the limited edition ones or just anything that is going to appeal to adults too. But this one isn't for us. And I've seen other toy companies doing the same thing, so that's why I just wanted to get on here and say like if we're upset, because I think people will be upset by this collection, if we are, and hopefully I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, and imagine I'm just being dramatic for no reason, but I think if we are upset, then have to try to understand the reasons why, and there'll be other dolls, other collections around the corner. There always are. Like we just had limited edition dolls. I haven't even received mine yet, so like there's always going to be more, and I hope that the kids really love this one, and in the future it'll be nice to see a little bit more variation with like some of the dolls, and not just for the adults, but I think kids would like some variation too. But maybe these are the ones that sell more. I don't know. I'm not in marketing. I don't work at a toy. I'm not in that kind of marketing, and I don't work at a toy company. So anyway, thanks to anybody who listened to me ramble. I think I'm done, and if I think of anything more, I'll probably just come in and add it on. But regardless, when I say I'll see you soon in the next one, I really mean it because I have so many videos to catch up on that like I'm releasing them like back to back at this point. So anyway, thanks for your patience, and I will eventually catch up and then just say see you soon in the next one in a normal way. But anyway, see you soon in the next one.